Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Kamisha Reviews, the queen of reality TV. And I am super, super excited to say I got the queen out. Now, Mama, tell me, because I don't want to just say that 952. What would you like people to call you? That's really what online what they know you as is your number.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of being introduced to the world for the first time.
Yes.
So people know me as 952, but
Mhm.
everybody that knows me just calls me Mia. So,
Yes.
yep,
Love it.
Mia.
Yes. Love it. That's
Yep,
cute.
Mia.
Yes. She's a very beautiful black woman, as you can see, and a cute name to go with it. Let's get
Thank you
into
so much.
this. Let's get into this. I want to first say congratulations. And I want to say this publicly, you represent us very, very well. Those who know
Thank you.
she's done a really good job. Um, what motivated you to compete for the island? When a lot of people said no, what made you say yes? I'm gonna go for it.
I'm gonna just be real honest with you.
Mhm.
I was just like in my spirit, I was like, go for everything. I want to go
Mhm.
for absolutely everything. I want to leave no stone unturned. And honestly, I'm kind of like I'm really, a preacher's kid, so scriptures will pop into my verse.
Mm.
Scripture verse will pop into my mind really, and it would be like, "Go, take the land," and
Mm.
I'm like, "Yo, oh, that didn't just happen because
Right.
I was supposed to sit back and just and go and have a vacation." I said, "Oh my goodness!" So I was like, "Oh
Spirit.
no,
Yes.
go take the land.
Mm.
It's land. Let me go take it. Okay, let it conquer." Caleb, Joshua, people saw giants over there and said, "Oh no, I don't want that. I don't." And then Joshua and Caleb was saying, "Listen, we can defeat them. We can do it. We can go."
Hmm.
So I was like, "Listen, that's the same mind frame I got. Let me at him." And plus, it was all men too. I said, even more better to show God is
Let's
strong.
go. Yes.
To be to show the strength of God, because it was like, okay, these are the best of the best. These
Mm.
are most athletic
Mhm.
guys. These are not the people that you want to mess with. And I think that's why a lot of people was like, y'all can go ahead and have
Yeah.
it.
Period. Oh, I love that. Love that for you. Love
Yeah,
the answer.
yeah.
Okay, so 7-Eleven. I thought about the number as I said it out loud, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When they were both giving the speeches, I'm not gonna lie, even, no shade to the other young man, but I just felt like, okay, I just don't think he has a chance. But his words was like, okay, well, damn, that was pretty good. But I just felt like 7-Eleven was just coming from a different place. Explain that decision if you don't mind. That seemed very extremely tough.
um, well, I think you're referring back to the part when I had the immunity and I had to
Yes.
choose between
Yes.
I had to choose between um Heshi, I know his Instagram name,
Okay. Yeah.
Harrison.
Mhm.
Harrison, and between 7-Eleven Brennan.
Right.
And for me, the previous game, everybody saw how I played it. And I think that
Mm.
I don't I'm a lender and not a borrower, if that makes sense. Meaning
It
that
does.
I don't take favors, because guess what you have to do when you take favors from people? You have to pay it back. And then who gets the praise and glory? Not
Mm.
God. Harrison would have, because I had to pay him back a favor, and then he would be in charge of moving me forward in the game. So I said, well, really, I was listening to the Spirit of God again. I'm aware of the Spirit of God, so just
Right.
just bear with me. But I was listening to the Spirit within me, and it was like, no, you don't have to rely on what someone else is telling you. When you have your own spirit within you saying, go your own way, you owe nobody nothing. And
Mm.
if I'm saying, hey, God said go to 5, and I'm like, I'm gonna just bet on myself. I'm gonna go with the spirit within me, because if I go with myself, I owe no one any favors back. I went on my own merit,
Oh,
and that's what I did. And
yes.
if it was gonna be an X, it would just be an X, and whatever that was supposed to be in that moment, I was just gonna be obedient.
Oh
But I
my
knew in
God.
my mind it was gonna be a check. But if it was an X, so be it.
Man, the way you moved in that whole game, I will say to me, I feel like I remember watching that. I said I don't want to start getting emotional. I said I feel like I really want her to go as far as she can. I said because she's moving on faith, and so for me personally, I 100% was loving to the world to see that she's moving on faith. She's not saying much about it, but the spirit is moving her. I knew when you chose number 3, it started from there. So I just felt like the way you were moving in the game is just it's just a nice thing to see. You were like I said, your people saw they preaching. It wasn't none of that. It was just simple. Spirit's moving me. This is what the word Lord is telling me. I'm doing it this way. Period. I have to honor that because it's important to me personally. Watching that. Okay. So
Thank you.
and that's thing I know people are gonna say things online about, and I understand that it's fine. But for me, it was a very, very important moment and I'm happy that the world got to see it. Period. Okay. So there's been a lot of discussions about comparing the show to other competition franchises. How do you feel about that? Honestly.
Honestly, I just think that comparison is a thief of joy.
Mm,
Um,
wow,
I
never
can't
heard
sit
that.
here and take a blessing and compare the blessing to somebody else's blessing. This experience I've had nothing but good things come about it, and we all had things in life and things that we wanted to accomplish. And imagine a vehicle, which is a show, a vehicle
Mm,
being able to take you exactly where you want to be in life. I'm not going to sit there and take that vehicle and say, hey, this other vehicle is doing this and this.
mm,
No, no, no. This is my vehicle that was given to me. And I'm not going to sit there and look a gift horse in the mouth and pick out the teeth and say, well, this is a this is a thoroughbred horse, and I'm sitting there looking a gift horse in the mouth trying to see what the teeth look like. It's a
come
gift
on
to
now.
me. I don't compare. Like
Hmm.
that's not what. If I was giving someone a gift, I wouldn't want them to compare it. So I think that Jimmy, Mr. Beast gave us a
Yeah.
gift, and I'm not going to sit there and compare his gift to others and try to compare what they're doing to what he's doing. He has the imagination. He had a team behind him, and he's trying to do something. A lot of people want to do something, but they never do it. So when people do
Yes.
stuff, there's going to be a lot of people with their mouth open criticizing it. But that strength that they're criticizing with, you really can't point to anything that they're doing that's on the same level.
Hmm. Man, that's beautiful to say that, and very, very true. I want to touch on Jeremy a bit,
Hmm.
because I don't know how it feels to be on the inside of it, but to watch from the outside, it seemed like there was this whole thing. Oh, we're against Jeremy, and it's weird. Those people were for Jeremy. And I'm looking there like I don't know what to feel about watching it because it depends how the person views it. Honestly, if that person feels like it's some kind of cult thing, okay. If they like it, it just I think depends on the person. But your own personal experience, you didn't go too hard or anything about it, but online they just keep putting y'all together. And I was like, wait a minute, it was a whole lot of people saying things about Jeremy, not just you. So I
True, not
wanted you to
just
speak on
me.
that. Yes,
I'm glad you
a lot
noticed
of
that.
people, a lot of men. So I was just like, why is it just their line? I looked online today, just says 9:59. I said, wait a minute, yeah, did y'all miss all those people? The clips are still up, so I'm just confused. So I was curious to know what you thought about that.
I mean, I don't mind being a front runner because I mean, as you all saw, I didn't say much, but I did have a lot of facial expressions, and there were
Mhm,
things that were cut out. I did have some expressions about what I thought, but I think it's because I'm a Christian, and most people
mhm.
don't know that because I don't wave a huge banner and do backflips and try to convert everyone
Yes.
because there's a certain way to do things, and I'll just leave this at that, and people can think how they want to think. Reading your Bible is key. And I know this ain't no Bible study, it's an interview.
Oh,
But
you
when you
good.
read it, Jesus was staunchly against Pharisees who try to do a lot of public things
Mhm.
for public attention, praying for public attention, trying to, get people to look at you. He said, do what you do in secret and in quiet, that when you do something, you'll get blessed from it because you're doing it in a private place. And it
Amen.
also goes back, this doesn't correlate, but it somewhat does when you're
Okay.
giving a gift
Mhm.
to someone. When I'm
Right.
doing something for you, I shouldn't have a camera on you showing people that I've done something for you. It says don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So if I
Yep.
do something for you, I'll do it, and guess what? Nobody will probably ever know about it
Right.
unless you
Right.
tell them. So it's like
Period.
that's just the relationship you should have with Christ.
Mhm.
Yes, you're supposed to, you're supposed to if asked, you're supposed to publicly acknowledge that's who you're serving. But it seems like it was for the cameras. It was not for God. It
Right.
was for the cameras. And the selection
Mm.
he made on the helicopter of all the deserving women, why would you pick someone that was being a roadblock or a stumbling block trying to get people
Yeah.
out and being nasty and deceitful? Why would you want to choose that person and reward them for bad behavior? So that's the
Yeah.
thing. If the spirit of God's leading you, where he leading you at?
Mhm.
So
That was a very interesting. That was very interesting because a lot of people did even online said, "Why did they choose her?" There was other people they could have chosen, and even I said they even would have chose you because you also had one up there to say, "Are you going to choose a woman?" Which is all that you said. So it was really confusing. Why? Then when he just kind of left other people to do it, I felt like you didn't want to do it, so you got someone else to do it. This is my opinion, my community reviews. I felt that's why that's kind of was a cop out, and I'm sorry. I hate using that word. My dad used to wear all the time I was growing up, but it really was a cop out to me.
it
Like you
was a
could have,
cop out because you didn't have to. If the decision wasn't made, you can now put it on someone else.
right.
So, but I mean, at the end of the day, like we can see, I think people were not fooled. Most people were not fooled.
Mm,
I got a lot of messages, a huge, like tons of
mm,
DMs are like, it's just a feeling. When someone's genuine, you get a good feeling from it.
yes.
To
Mm,
me, it just wasn't a good feeling, and I'm a Christian, so I'm like, all
yes.
right. And I'm not God. I don't have an end all be all, but there's certain red
100%.
flags and discernment that you just catch on like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yes.
you know.
Agreed. So you also got emotional on this episode, and because the way you moved in the episode, all this other shows you've done so far on here, you keeping kind of the same stoic. It's not showing too much. It's not keeping it in house, which I understand. So at that moment when you started to get vulnerable about how you lost your place, so a lot of people online were just like, "Wow, I never." Would have thought that, and I wanted to know what made you come to a place to be so vulnerable. There was a very vulnerable moment on the episode. A lot of people
Well,
resonated with it.
and I appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you. I don't know. Like I said, I've been trying to like move with what the spirit leads me, and I try to be a private person because people always judge you. Like you
Yes,
don't.
they
There's
do.
no certain look to a person that's lost everything in their life. I try to look. I try not to look like what I've been through. So people may mistake like that look for like oh, you haven't been through anything. I've been through stuff, but I don't need to
Yeah.
broadcast it. So I felt that moment,
Mhm.
honestly, the spirit was leading me to be honest. I wasn't there because I wanted to just, I was there for a reason. And the
Mhm.
reason was that, things have happened, but the key thing is the faith that you can lose everything and God will keep giving you small blessings or telling you go to the next step to the next step and the next step. And the reason why I shared that is because he was saying it's okay to share your story. It's okay to be imperfect.
Mhm.
It's okay to be human because people will see that, yeah, you may have a snarky personality. You always have quick
Mhm.
comebacks or
Mhm.
facial expressions.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I'm still a human. I
Mhm.
still I still bleed. I still have emotions. And I haven't had no easy life. Honestly, I
Wow.
haven't.
Yeah. And
So
see,
I
I
just
think,
wanted
yeah.
people to see that. And
No,
then
I'm
also
happy you
people
did.
people can they can have something in common with that because there are a lot of people that are going through the
A
same
lot.
thing.
Yes.
That foreclosure crisis in 2006 and
Mm.
7, lots of people lost their homes with the
Yeah.
subprime loan. Lots of people lost their homes. It wasn't just me, you
Mhm.
know.
People are hitting it right now with the California fires. A lot of people lost their home recently. So even as the show was airing, that was at its height. So can you imagine somebody going through that and watching your program on their phone? Because, like I said, it's rough out there, really bad, and people are struggling. So people losing their homes every day, apartments, houses, whatever that look like. And so that's gonna probably touch somebody immediately. And so that whole scene to me, just I don't know, it was just like you just kind of let some walls down. Like, look, I'm just gonna, lay down on the table. So I appreciate you in doing that. So I want you reality TV. Have you done it before? Is this your first reality TV show? I want to ask you that. I forgot.
I have never done
Oh wow.
reality TV.
Okay, so you do know how we're represented on this for Black women. How it has not,
Yeah, I
it's been
haven't.
called, it's
Yeah.
called the bad edit. And so
Oh.
you have not had a bad edit, and I wanted to say it's wonderful to watch. Most reality TV shows back in the past, it's gotten a lot better. There was always this bad edit, and I just want to say that even with the strong personality, the face expression, the whole thing, it's just been good TV for you. And I wanted to, as a vet doing this, I feel like she don't even know where I would come from to get here. It's
Yeah.
cool to see you funny. You straight up and down. You just like no, like when you make your face. I'm not doing that. When you was wait, what was it? Is there a check mark? Is there a check mark? Can you tell me that whole? I was dying. I know it was a serious moment, but I was laughing the whole time because it was like she just like no holds barred. Just tell me what it is. I don't have time. I,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like you get to a certain point in your life, you just got to be. It's
oh
like
my
you're
goodness.
you. There's no like.
Yes.
There,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I do. I'm in TV and film, but I really like when it comes to stuff with just being me. I really can't. I don't.
Okay.
There's no acting involved.
Right.
That's just who I am. And most people that have known me over the years be like, "Yo, that's you."
You can
Like,
tell. You can so tell. That's what I'm saying. I felt it. I was like, bro, she's done. Just tell her. Because I'm just like, yeah, I felt like he was scared of you or something. I swear.
well, because when you're not doing the right thing, it's like the truth will be
Oh God.
exposed, and it just makes people uncomfortable. The truth makes
Yes.
people uncomfortable.
Girl, you had that man shooketh. I'm
He
so
said,
sorry.
"Shooketh."
He was struggling. He was just like, I don't know. And then it had me. Okay, so Little Yachty, that's to me was the only confusing part. And I was trending all yesterday, like, what was going on? People are gagging and laughing. So did it bother you? Because it bothered him. He was all shook as well. So him being there with Little Yachty being there, did it bother you at all? He was just like,
Man, Little Yachty was like somebody around Baltimore standing on the corner. I didn't really know who Little Yachty was. I've heard of him, but
Oh,
I'm
okay,
like,
you still
okay, he
heard.
just wanted like he's like one of the boys in
Ugh,
Baltimore. Be like, hey,
yeah,
sweetheart, and I'd be like, hey, and I keep moving. I mean, he's a human like I'm a human. So I
right,
mean,
right.
I was like, hey, hey, it didn't make me no difference
Oh,
either
my
way.
stomach. You got my stomach hurt.
but
Oh
but
my.
no, I thought he was,
Ugh,
he did what he needed to do, and I was just being polite, but
yeah.
it didn't affect me no either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my final question to you is, honestly, how do you feel about your newfound fame? You have a lot. It's a swell going on as far behind you, Mama. I did my research when I talked to people beforehand, and like people are loving you.
Oh,
They are comparing you, of course, to the two queens, like on the the other franchise. They're just loving you and how you're moving in the game, and they want to see you win. I haven't really seen, and this is also not saying anything against you, but just how people are negative on the internet. I hadn't seen anything negative. It's been all I want her to win. That's all I saw. So that's to me such a positive thing. That I want to make sure that I alert you of that. So, how do you feel about it? It's pretty awesome.
I I don't, I'm just like, I don't know what it feels good. It feels good, and it feels like, I don't know. It's my time. So,
Mm.
I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but I just feel
It
like it's
is.
my time,
It is.
and I just feel it feels good. It feels good to receive the love, and with some love, there's a little bit of hate, but like you said, so far as what I've been receiving, I would say it's overwhelmingly support and
Mhm.
wanting to see me succeed, wanting to see me keep pushing forward. So I feel great. I feel excited. There's so many different feelings that I have. I feel empowered. I feel like motivated. It's really something good. It really pushes you forward to say, hey, you know what? This what you're doing, who you are, is working for you. You don't have to be anybody but yourself.
Yeah. Period. And that's something that I love about you and your character. Like you can just tell. And I think that what resonates with other people is they want to see real. They see a lot of fake facade things online. To see a genuine person on a reality TV show is really an anomaly. So they are attracted to that. So I want to say finally, I appreciate you taking time to come on here because Mama, you are like kind of the breakout star. Let's be real. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
You
thank
are,
you.
and you're so
I'm
humble.
like,
You're so humble.
I don't know. It's just like,
So
okay,
chill. I
I
know
feel like, yeah.
that's the good thing about you. So you like okay, okay tomorrow. You just and I
Yeah.
love that about you. I'm telling you, you just it's good stuff, Mama. Thank you again for coming on here on my platform, Queen, to take some time to talk about your journey. Is there anything that you got? Well, you probably can't. It's still no. You know what? I'll hopefully could talk to you again after everything is done, and we can find out what you got coming up. Right now, you really can't say anything. Okay, with that being said, I know that's go.
Yeah.
That being said, it's cool. It's cool. Maybe we'll do a recap next time, and then you'll be able to come up and say, "Hey, this is what I had." Da da da. But right now, it's so. All right, guys.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm gonna make sure I have her Instagram and things linked under the description so you guys can go and follow her and follow her journey and just check on her and see what she got going on in her life. Period. She's actually good to check out on Instagram. She has good things to say. She's really good with her words. Her spiritual side is a beautiful thing to look at. So just take my word on it. All right, guys.